We're not getting our money's worth from state government. Why? Wasteful spending and corruption. They siphon off our hard-earned tax dollars. When businesses need to cut spending, they hire a CPA to find out where to start and what to cut. I'm a CPA, and I know how to make numbers work for you, not for the bureaucrats. Hard work, independence, and accountability are skills I'll take to Baton Rouge. The bottom line is a better Louisiana.
Businessman, family man, conservative. Lindsay Torbett for State Senate.
Look at what's popping up all over, the Mahatma rice mixes. Why? Because they're easy to prepare. 20 minutes is all it takes to make these delicious rice dishes. No wonder they're so popular. Mahatma takes the time so you can enjoy the flavors. Nobody has much time these days, but you can still have a great tasting rice and beans dish. Just take one of these and do this. 20 minutes cooking time and you're done. Choose red beans and rice, black beans and rice, or southwestern pinto beans and rice. Mahatma takes the time so you can enjoy the flavors.
You're watching KALB-TV 5 Alexandria. Live from the news leader of Central Louisiana. Your first look at news, weather, and interviews with Martha Angelo and Tom Boucher. Good morning and welcome to Jambalaya.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here on a very special morning for us, the 30th anniversary of Jambalaya.
That's right, 30 years ago, October the 4th, 1965, Jambalaya went on the air for the very first time, and we are proud to be a part of the team that's carrying on the tradition 30 years later.
I'll tell you what, we've got an exciting birthday bash planned for this morning, so we want you to get your coffee, get settled. If you're getting dressed, walk into the den and sit down and watch, because we've got some wonderful guests coming on. In fact, later in the show, we'll introduce you to the original host of Jambalaya, the very man who started things off in 1965.
We were just talking about it. He said 30 years ago today, he said, "Good morning, Senla," for the very first time on Jambalaya, and we'll visit with him. We're not going to tell you who he is because we don't want to stir the memories until we get there, and then you'll sit there and go, you know, that's what he looked like back then, because we got pictures of him, we got pictures of the set. We also have kind of midway through the 30-year march, we have one of the Jambalaya hosts. It was his very first job. He'll be on the show with us, and you're sure to recognize him. And also we'll just kind of have a little blast from the past. We called several of the hosts from the show to give us some messages and say happy birthday, and they're going to do just that.
I'll tell you what, you're going to want to stay tuned this whole hour, because we're going to jar your memories and we're going to reminisce for the whole hour, and we're even going to talk to some people around town about watching Jambalaya and what they think about it. But the co-host from the past that we've got some tape to show you of, we even have a couple of cat fights between co-anchors that occurred years ago, all kinds of interesting, cute things to come, so don't go away.
Happy birthday, Jambalaya.
Happy 30th anniversary, Jambalaya. We enjoy watching you.
Check it out. John Decker has made a special purchase of new 1995 Esteem GLs, and with factory authorized incentives, it knocks the price down to $99.88 or $198 down and $198 a month. It's a first come, first serve offer. 1995 Suzuki Esteem GLs with power brakes, power steering, dual airbags, and much more for only $99.88 or $198 down and $198 a month. You gotta believe in a sale this great on a car this fun. Only at John Decker, Lincoln Mercury Suzuki.
Hi, everybody. I'm Netteroo, and I live here. Come visit me at Netteroo's Wallpaper and Fabric Outlet. I'm creating magical decorating ideas just for you. We have thousands of wall covering patterns to choose from. My home is filled with magic, decorating magic. At Netteroo's, you'll save lots of money. So let your personality shine throughout your home. I'll be waiting to see you at Netteroo's Wallpaper and Fabric Outlet, where you can bring home the magic.
Superior home building and remodeling start with Martin Building Materials in Pineville. For security and style, the choice for professionals and do-it-yourselfers is Weiser Locks. Weiser Lock offers handsome knob sets, lever sets, and handle sets, and reliable deadbolts with a lifetime guarantee. Beautify and protect your home with Weiser Locks from Martin Building Materials. From start to finish, it's Martin Building Materials, bringing customer satisfaction to the top and prices to the bottom.
Here are the latest coordinates on Hurricane Opal, located at 25.8 north latitude, 89.5 west longitude. It's now moving to the northeast at 21 miles per hour, so picking up speed. The maximum sustained winds are up to 120 miles per hour. Opal could make landfall as early as this afternoon, with Panama City, Florida, the most likely target of the eye of the storm. Let's take a look at our current conditions outside right now. Clear skies. The temperature is 64 degrees with relative humidity at 93%. We've got a barometer reading that is at 29.63 and falling. No rainfall here at the Channel 5 studios, with sunrise expected at 7:05 and sunset at 6:52. Let's take a look at our national map. Scattered showers and thunderstorms moving in across the upper plains, the intermountain regions of Idaho, Montana, even into Wyoming. Along the Gulf Coast region, things are clearing out for Texas and Louisiana, so our weather picture is improving. In fact, our forecast is not calling for any rain today. The return of sunshine, that should last right on through tomorrow and even through Friday. Florida, on the other hand, is getting doused with scattered showers and thunderstorms from the southeastern tip of Louisiana through Mobile Bay and Pensacola. Heavy storms. This is just the preliminary of what's to come, because Hurricane Opal is still churning in the Gulf of Mexico, ready to hit the panhandle of Florida. This storm could be the most devastating storm to hit Florida since Hurricane Andrew, much more devastating than Aaron, which hit 2 months ago. So folks across Florida beginning to brace themselves. But an interesting note is that the forecasters from the National Hurricane Center in Miami say that with all of the hullabaloo about the O.J. Simpson verdict and all of the news teams and media attention going to Los Angeles, not a lot of attention has been paid to this hurricane and getting the word out about evacuations in Florida. So this hurricane now packing winds of 120 miles per hour. Folks across Florida beginning to brace themselves. Here's a look at our regional map, and we're watching some scattered storms across Baton Rouge, Slidell into the New Orleans metropolitan area, with heavier storms flashing in yellow from Mobile Bay right on through Pensacola, Panama City, even into Fort Walton Beach. Here's a look at our satellite analysis. Good picture of Hurricane Opal, just 180 miles now off the coast of Florida. It will continue its northeastward track, expected to make landfall by this afternoon or into the early evening hours. Let's take a look at our forecast for today. Partly cloudy skies, breezy conditions, and warm temperatures. Highs will reach 85 degrees. No chance of rain in the forecast on this Wednesday. For tonight, fair and pleasant with nighttime lows near 65 degrees. No rain is in the forecast tonight. And then for tomorrow, a very nice day taking shape for your Thursday. Sunny skies, highs reaching 88. No rain in the forecast tomorrow. In fact, cooler temperatures are on the way this weekend, possibly even as early as Saturday night. Temperatures dropping down into the 40s. We'll have more Jambalaya special anniversary edition right after this.
Furious politicians attacked Attorney General Richard Ayoub when he declared the contract for the New Orleans casino illegal, but he won, and the contract was rebid. And when Richard Ayoub asked the legislature for more authority to regulate gambling, they screamed no. The legislature cut his budget to reduce his power, but he kept on coming. Some of the casino board tried to take away his authority when he began an investigation of their members. They lost. Ayoub kept on coming. Richard Ayoub, one public official who does his job.
Jimmy Walker RV Sales and Service in Alexandria presents the nation's #1 selling motorhome of the 90s, Bounder by Fleetwood. Hi, Johnny Walker here to let you know we have a Fleetwood for you. So come by and let us demonstrate Fleetwood's Bounder or one of the quality-built Jamboree mini motorhomes. We're also proud to have the Prowler, America's #1 selling travel trailer, at Jimmy Walker RV Sales and Service in Alexandria, where you get Fleetwood financing and service after the sale.
When you can drive a truck, you got a job, my friend.
Diesel Driving Academy will have you job ready in 4 short weeks. You'll get job placement assistance and be completely trained in only 4 weeks. Call now.
Call 1-800-551-8900. Diesel Driving Academy.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for sharing your morning with us. The Rapides Metro Narcotics Squad arrested a Pineville man Tuesday who was in possession of approximately $300,000 worth of cocaine. According to Mike Villard, the Narcotics Squad arrested 23-year-old Kevin Love of 241 Valley View in Pineville. Villard says Love had in his possession over 3,000 grams of cracked and powdered cocaine. That adds up to about 7 pounds. Love was charged with 2 counts of possession of a controlled dangerous substance with intent to distribute over 400 grams. He was also charged with manufacturing the drugs. Love is being held in the Rapides Parish Jail. Villard says the bust was made with the assistance of the Alexandria and Pineville Police Departments. Well, it was the talk of the day, and it may continue this morning. The O.J. Simpson verdict. All eyes were glued to their TV sets, waiting to see and hear the verdict, which, by the way, was not guilty. In Los Angeles, one of the jurors says she's certain the panel was right to acquit the former football star of murder. Brenda Moran told reporters outside her mother's home, "I think we did the right thing. In fact, I know we did." Meanwhile, back here in central Louisiana, the verdict reading had nearly every attorney's and judge's attention, as this was a monumental case for their profession. State District Judge Ross Foote and Alexandria attorney Brian Cespiva shared their thoughts on the verdict.
I'm a firm believer. I'm a fan of the jury system. I'm a student of the jury system. And I think that it's really interesting that they could come together that quickly and come back. I can't wait to see what they have to say from the jury analysis as to when they made up their minds.
I believe what happened was there was a mountain of evidence. However, in order for a jury to take a mountain of evidence and make something out of it, the jury has to believe the people who presented the evidence and the people who gathered it. I think in this situation there was so much mistrust created with Mark Furman and Detective Van Etter that the jury just didn't believe the evidence that was presented to them.
Those comments made during our 6 o'clock newscast yesterday. And while most people had mixed feelings on the O.J. verdict, at least one group wasn't afraid to show their feelings. A group of children and teens marched along Bogan Street chanting, "O.J. Simpson is free at last," as they beat on makeshift drums and played various musical instruments. The marchers also showed off the verdict on their T-shirts and said they were celebrating the fact justice had been served. Coming up on Jambalaya, we'll continue our celebration of Jambalaya's 30 years on the air in central Louisiana. We'll also bring you back in time for a few moments you may remember, and you'll also see some of the people you may have forgotten were hosts of this show, but once you hear and see them, you're sure to remember. In our second news segment, one day in January of 1996 is set aside as a special day for one area high school band. We'll tell you why. Stay with us.
Hello, my name is Terrell Love. I'm in 5th grade at Reed Avenue Elementary School. Today's lunch menu is beef tamale pie, pinto beans, rolls or crackers, orange wheels or juice, salad bar, choice of milk.
Good morning.
Okay, I think it's time.
Time for what, honey?
Time to buy a new dinette, dear.
Oh, really? Good timing. Haverty's is having a harvest sale.
Hey, great prices.
And 12 months no interest financing.
Funny how the table seems a lot worse today.
Haverty's, furniture for your home.
We're talking
bras that don't bind.
We're talking
pantyhose that don't pinch.
We're talking just my size. We're talking fit.
If you're a full-figured woman looking for a better fit, call Just My Size, the only brand of casual wear, socks, bodywear, bras, panties, and pantyhose designed exclusively for you. Dial 1-800-IT-FITS-ME and we'll tell you more.
Something sexy.
Just my size. We're talking fit.
Must-see TV, NBC. Thursday, just when Chandler thought he was safe.
Hello!
Janice is back, and wait till you see how she's changed.
Oh my God!
And you'll never guess the mystery guest on The Single Guy.
Judy Garland?
Then will Kramer's coffee burn turn into the new trial of the decade?
I'm going to be a rich man!
And Caroline meets Bulldog from Frasier. But don't tell him the big secret.
I have to tell you the truth.
No, you don't. Plus an all-new ER, NBC Thursday.
Well, we're having a great time this morning celebrating Jambalaya's 30 years on the air. We couldn't have made it without you, and we want to take a moment to thank the viewers. You've been so loyal over the years to this show. It's been on the air for 30 years, but it's also one of the highest rated shows on KALB-TV, and that's because of you.
That's right.
So thanks for watching. Thanks for spending your mornings with us, letting us come into your living room. We try to do our best and get you up and get you in a good mood very, very early on so that your day starts off on a good foot, and we hope we're doing a good job of that. But
we
thanks
hope so.
for sticking in there with
And
us.
we appreciate all your comments whenever we're out in the area enjoying like the air show this weekend, or just walking around the mall or anywhere, grocery shopping, what have you. Your comments when you come up and tell us the things you like, the things you don't like, they're well appreciated, and we thank you all, as we've said, for watching. And I think you'll hear this from some of the past anchors on the show that we were able to get in touch with and sent back some messages for you. So here they are.
They say it's your birthday. No. Jambalaya, 30 years old. First, let's talk about the things I don't miss about Jambalaya. I don't miss waking up at 3:30 in the morning. I don't miss having to go to sleep at 8 o'clock at night. But some of the things I do miss about the show, which, by the way, was the quickest 1 hour on television. You get in that pilot, co-pilot seat, and the show goes by, boom, just like that. You prepare, you wake up early in the morning, 2 hours, but from 6 to 7, it's the quickest show on TV. What I do miss about it, the people behind the scenes who made the show what it is. 30 years for a morning show to still have the ratings that it does, that speaks volumes for the people who make it happen. I miss the people who I came into contact with, a lot of great guests coming on the show, people who cared about our community, people who enlightened me. Every day it was something new that I learned about Alexandria and about the people that make it happen here in our community. 30 years for Jambalaya. Tom, Martha, you're in the pilot, co-pilot seat right now. You're making it happen. Happy birthday to you, to the whole Jambalaya crew. Happy birthday, and let's hope you do it for another 30 years at least. Because like she's too much sleep.
Now, okay, you know, you started it now.
Okay, well let's end it. It's 6 o'clock, 75 degrees.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Marlene Hilton from Dallas, Texas, wishing KALB-TV's Jambalaya Morning Show a very happy anniversary. Tom and Martha, I hope you get a raise for all those early morning hours you put in. You know, I have some really fond memories of my time spent on Jambalaya. Of course, it was my first television job straight out of college. I was 22 years old, so most of my funniest and fondest memories are those of being scared to death because I was on television for the first time. And of course, also, my co-host at the time was James Lewis, and you never knew what James was going to do. So most of the time, it was just keeping up with James and keeping a smile on my face and trying to stay awake. But it was a wonderful time, and I do wish sincerely the viewers of Jambalaya a happy anniversary and the best to KALB-TV. See you later.
Happy anniversary, KALB, and hello, Sinla. Gosh, you know, it's been a long time since I've said Sinla. You may remember me. I'm Leslie Mouton, and I used to anchor Jambalaya a few years back with James. Oh, James, what a nutcase. You know, I have a lot of fun and fond memories of James. One thing in particular that comes to mind is the time he wore an empathy belly. And Tom, I understand you can relate to that because you've worn the empathy belly, too.
You know, Eva, Phyllis, and I were always such buddies because we always got along so well because we mutually respected each other. Ava, can we come in with a camera? Are you decent? No. She's not decent. Now's the time. Okay, here we go.
See, I figured you'd pull something like this. I said, get ready because James will walk into the ladies' room because those are the kinds of things he did on Jambalaya all the time. You just never knew what to expect of him. Happy anniversary, Jambalaya, and of course we wish you the very best. And I'm so grateful for the time that KALB gave me to be on the air there and the experience that I was able to build there. And I wish you the very best. It's been valuable to me over the years, and I'm sure it will always be. Happy anniversary.
What to expect from Jambalaya.
Good morning and welcome. It's October the 1st. This is Jambalaya, and I'm Denise Estopinal.
And I'm Gary Baker. Someone new here today.
I believe so. Vicki Bernard's going to be doing the weather with us this morning. Vicki, pretty cool temperatures out there this morning.
Right now it's about 58. Feels a little more like winter than fall. We will have mostly cloudy. It's going to be cloudy and cool, decreasing cloudiness tonight, but I'll have a complete weather report later in the show.
I'm Vicki Bernard, and as you just saw, I was co-host on Jambalaya for a few months back in 1985. I also got to do weather, and I'm sure you had quite a few laughs in the morning watching that. Tom Convica makes it look easy, but I think I proved that it's not that easy to do.
Good morning. It's definitely sweater weather right now. 51 degrees. As you can see behind me on the radar, 50 nautical miles. No rain in our area right now. The current conditions, we are, as I said,
I have some great memories of my time on Jambalaya. I was new to the community, and I got to know some really neat people, and they made me feel welcome here. So I guess 10 years later, that's why I'm still here. Happy anniversary, Jambalaya, and I wish you 30 more years of great success.
Hello everyone, I'm Frances Yeager and this is Mackenzie Yeager, one of the 3 reasons I'm no longer a co-host of Jambalaya. The other 2 are in school this morning. My association with Jambalaya spans a little over 10 years. Most of those years spent behind the camera and the latter years spent in front of the camera, which was a tremendous experience. When Tom contacted me this morning about talking about my years or my days on Jambalaya, the thing that comes to mind is that this celebration could not be possible without you, the viewers. Number one, your patience, your kindness, your generosity, and your loyalty are all making this celebration possible. So I want to say thank you to all the viewers, young and old, and we really appreciate that loyalty. And congratulations, Jambalaya, on 30 years.
Boy, some blast from the past.
Yeah, I like that. Vicki Bernard and that set back then. Oh man, that's great. We've come a long way in 30 years, and we're going to see exactly what the first set looked like as soon as our next guest comes on.
From 1965.
1965, that's right.
Well, you know, people ask Tom and I all the time, how do you get up so early? How do you look fresh? How do you have a smile on your face and get going that early in the morning? And we really have to say the reason that we do this and the reason we enjoy doing this is because of you, because we love meeting the people that we get to meet on this set every single day, and that's what makes a difference for us. And we just thank you for watching for 30 years. We'll have more from our anniversary special right after this.
Okay, we got to thank Mark.
Happy birthday, 30th birthday at Jambalaya. And I watch it every morning when I watch the newscast by Marcelo. And what's the other guy's name?
Tom Boucher.
Tom Boucher. I watch him every morning.
Happy birthday, Jambalaya. I watch Jambalaya every morning, and I like everything about it.
The Shaker and Mover Sale. Only at Southern Chevrolet in Alexandria. Shake-in prices down to move you to buy now. The all-new 96 Chevy Lumina. Shake it down. Move it out. At an incredible $69.98. $69.98. With power windows and locks. Power trunk release. Tilted cruise. AM/FM cassette. Dual airbags. We're talking loaded. But there's still room for 6. Get shaking. Get moving. To Southern Chevrolet Cadillac Geo in Alexandria. The dominator on price and selection.
The Yes Loan from United Companies lets you use your home equity to secure the money you need.
When we first bought our house, interest rates were high. Then the medical bills came, and we were in over our heads. United Companies helped us refinance our property. With a lower rate, we paid off our bills and lowered our monthly note by over $300.
It's fast, it's easy, and there's no out-of-pocket expense to apply. The Yes Loan from United Companies is your equity solution.
Well, it's time for 60-second house call, and according to the latest research in the British Medical Journal, Mary Poppins knew what she was talking about. A little sugar makes all the difference in controlling unpleasant situations.
Just a spoonful of sugar. That's especially true for babies. In today's 60-second house call, Dr. Bob Lanier reports that babies feel pain and can have that pain blocked by sugar.
Can babies feel pain? Well, just a few years ago, it was a burning issue. No one thought much about holding down a male baby for a circumcision. After all, the thinking at the time, babies don't feel pain. Well, babies do feel pain. Now, we can't ask them, of course, but they do have the right chemicals in the brain for pain, and they sure do seem to respond. Now, while the observation that sugar or sucrose could block the pain of babies, that's been around forever, it's only been recently that British scientists actually proved it. Here's how. They did the procedure known as a heel stick. Ew, that hurts. On 60 babies. They measured the length of time they cried when given water and 3 solutions of sugar. As the sugar got sweeter, the crying time dropped. And if you give the babies a medication that blocks the natural pain hormone, sugar water doesn't work. That means that in babies, sugar acts almost like a narcotic. It's safe and effective. You'll hear of sucrose being used more and more in babies. I'm Dr. Bob Lanier.
I have to agree with that. There's nothing a little chocolate ice cream can make you feel better over, or
That's
some.
right. It does that for adults too, doesn't it?
I think so.
Every time someone's feeling down, or at least you go and eat.
Yeah,
and we're going to have some sugar. We're all going to be running around this
later.
place later. This is a big cake. Oh, and we want to thank Atwood's Bakery for this
They
cake.
did
It's
a
beautiful,
beautiful job. Look at the NBC logo that they put on there. Beautiful, beautiful
glad
cake.
they didn't put any other logo on there.
Yeah, Balloons by Balloons Paper and Party. So yes, everybody getting into the celebration with us, and it's time now for sports. And Mark Hamblin's got news on plans that are underway for this year's Banquet of Champions.
Recommended by last year's speaker Dave Dravecki, Olympic decathlete Dave Johnson will be the speaker at this year's Banquet of Champions. A luncheon promoting the banquet was held yesterday. Johnson, who won a bronze medal in the '92 Olympics, is currently training for the '96 Games in Atlanta. Most area coaches were on hand for yesterday's announcement, but their mind was on the start of district play, which begins Friday evening.
Believe it or not, we mentioned the kids yesterday, guys. Hey, our first season, was 1-4. Now we finna start season 2, and this is the season we've been working for. And we go back to August. We said, gentlemen, hey, we said that when we first started out, we're looking to be one of the 3 teams to make it to the playoff. That's what we're working on right now.
It's kind of a short 5-game season. It's that's how you get into playoffs, by winning in those 5 games. And what you've done before that's kind of ancient history at this stage.
The Rebels district opener at Marksville has been changed. They'll play Thursday night instead of Friday. The LSU Tigers will enter their SEC showdown with Florida a bit banged up. Quarterback Jamie Howard may not play because of a concussion he suffered in the South Carolina game. Howard has yet to practice this week. Team captain and star receiver Shedrick Wilson will play, though. He sprained his knee and ankle in the South Carolina tie, but he will be ready for the Gators. Florida has been made an 8-point favorite to beat LSU. Things are looking up at Northeast as the Indians are coming off their biggest win since going Division 1A. NLU raised eyebrows this weekend with a 2-point win over Mississippi State. The Indians play host to Troy this weekend.
We're tired of traveling 3 weeks in a row, 4 out of the first 5 games. I'm encouraging everybody, get out there. Bring about 4 or 5 friends. Let's have a packed house out there when we play Troy State, because it's going to be a big game for us and we need your support.
Sports this morning.
You know who owns some of the best food buys of the week? The big clue? It's now.
Crackheads, pushers, thieves. Put them together and you get food stamp fraud. Ken Duncan is running for treasurer, and he's going to stamp out food stamp fraud.
It's time for the certified politicians to wake up and move out.
Duncan will replace paper food stamps with an electronic security system that can only be used to pay for food.
It's not their money, it's your money.
Ken Duncan, State Treasurer.
When you've got a job to do, don't be stopped by arthritis pain. When arthritis pain stops you, go for the green. Arthritis Strength BC in the green pack.
To get back on the go, go for the green.
Arthritis Strength BC with the power to stop pain fast.
Go for the green.
Arthritis Strength BC with the maximum pain reliever allowed, so you can do your job.
To get back on the go, go for the green.
Arthritis Strength BC.
Get fit
and stay fit
at River City Wellness Center.
Our professional staff will help you set and reach your own personal goal.
Look better.
Feel better.
Have fun.
River City Wellness Center in Pineville.
What are you waiting for?
Get off the couch and call now.
Math, a 4-letter word, right? Hey, you don't need that.
Why design the world's newest chips?
When you could be flipping the world's oldest burgers. Hey, wait a minute. This is math. Geometry, algebra.
No pocket protectors here.
But you're cruising without math. Yeah, right. Take a good look.
That's math staring back at you.
It's not a problem, man. It's an answer. Call NACME. We'll tell you what you need to do.
Well, it's time for Community Corner. Here's the address if you'd like to send anything in to us, KALB-TV, 605-11 Washington Street, Alexandria, 71301.
Northwestern State University will host a gubernatorial debate involving each of the major candidates for governor. It will be October the 4th. That is today. It's 7 to 9 o'clock this evening at McGale Recital Hall at the NSU campus. For more information, call the numbers on the screen.
St. Francis Cabrini Hospital will offer a two-part stress management course October the 4th and 11th, 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Cabrini Metaplex. The cost is $40 and it includes workbooks and 2 audio tapes. For more information, you can call 448-4957.
The March of Dimes Jail and Bail, go to jail, go directly to jail. October the 4th and 5th, the Grand Casino of Wolves is where the jail will be. There's a $20 donation required with every arrest. For more information, call 1-800-843-3037.
The Central Louisiana chapter of the American Red Cross annual meeting and volunteer recognition dinner to celebrate Living the Spirit will be held October the 5th, Thursday evening at 6 p.m. at Calvary Baptist Church, 5011 Jackson Street. The cost for the dinner is just $3 per person.
Rapides Regional Medical Center Breaking the Grip of Depression seminar will be held on the 5th of October, 6:30 to 8 o'clock in the Cascade Room of the Rapides RWCH building. Seminar is free.
Rapides Women's and Children's Hospital.
Well, okay. You didn't have to make everybody aware that I didn't know what that stood for. For more information, call the number on the screen.
Louisiana Technical College Alexandria campus currently accepting applications for the Emergency Medical Technician Basic Course October the 5th. Course begins October the 10th. Application made in person in the admissions office, Building B. That's at 4311 South MacArthur Drive, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 3:15 p.m.
Big Brothers and Big Sisters Volunteer Orientation October the 5th at 12 noon. And Martha, I know YWCA is where it is at 5912 James Street. For more information, call 442-3397.
Glad you got that one. Alexandria Junior High School Parent-Teacher Conference is held October the 5th, 4 to 7 p.m. and October the 6th, 6:30 to 10:30 a.m. 122 Maryland Avenue. Students will not attend school Friday. That's at Alexandria Junior High School.
Oak Hill High School Parent-Teacher Conferences and Open House will be held October the 5th, 3:30 in the afternoon to 7:30 in the evening, and on the 6th from 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. 7362 Highway 111, Elmer, Louisiana is the location of Oak Hill High School.
Okay, Peabody Magnet High School will have their open house October the 5th, 6 to 8 p.m. at the school. For more information, call 448-3457.
And that does it for our Community Corner. Time now for Mr. Food, and as you saw, it's the best food buys of the week.
Okay.
It's best food buys of the week, and it's easy to see that October owns some of the best taste of the year. Well, like apples. There's nothing like an October apple fresh from the tree. Crunchy, juicy, and better than ever. And now, fresh from the tree can be at the markets also. Because with our transportation methods today, they're that same crunchy, juicy on the market counters. Now, eat all you can fresh, and then start on your other apple road of pies and cakes and applesauce, baked apples, that stuff. And it goes on and on. Plus, this is the time for apple cider sales. From now through Halloween and into November, big push on it. And if we can keep some chilled in the fridge, it's a healthy drink for the kids will reach for. Now, in meat, October is pot roast time. So we'll see sales on the longer cooking cuts of beef, you know, the bottom round, shoulder, chuck, brisket. And look here. Here's a butterflied leg of lamb. It's a whole leg with the bone taken out by the butcher. It's all meat. There's no big bone to cut around, and it's a lot more reasonable than chops. Now here's a stuffed veal breast. What a hearty old-fashioned meal that is. And veal breast is very reasonable. And with every roast comes the abundant October veggies, potatoes, carrots, onions, yams. Abundant means bargain. I mean, I told you, October owns some nice tastes. In fact, think of a hearth and a still warm apple pie, and ooh, it's so good.
Looking to buy a home? Need a mortgage?
Guide to the governor's race. There's Buddy Roemer. As governor, he raised taxes, flip-flopped on abortion. In the legislature, Foster voted for Romer taxes and gambling. Landrieu gave state contracts to campaign contributors. Schwegman let her top aide work for gambling interests. The crowd that created the mess, they can't fix it.
I've had it with the politicians, their scandals and their excuses. This time, join me, and let's clear them all out.
Phil Price for governor.
Excuse me, sir. Could you tell me where your customer service department is?
Try the second floor.
If you feel out of place at your bank, come to the Evangeline Bank and Trust Company. When it comes to money matters, knowing the people you bank with is important. At the Evangeline Bank and Trust Company, we take the time to know our customers because they're our #1 priority. It's important that they get the best in friendly personal service. The Evangeline Bank and Trust Company providing the best in hometown banking services since 1907.
And folks, you may remember this face. This is a face that goes back 30 years.
Long
the
time
original
ago.
Host. We had to wake him up right before the segment came
like
on.
you said, 30 years ago today, I said, "Good morning, Sinla."
And this is Dale Genius, original host back in 1965.
Oh boy,
Changed a lot, hadn't it, Dale?
It's changed a tremendous amount. I gave you some pictures taken on the set that day. The first day, as a matter of fact.
There you
There's
are.
one right there.
You're over there on the left.
Figure out which one I am. the other gentleman is Bernard Tardy, who was from Paris, France, I think. I know he was from France, and he did the news in French. And he was the co-host on the show.
Look at the round table. That's almost like the Today Show that runs currently.
Yeah. And that's,
y'all were with the times back in, or ahead of the times.
That was who I was trying to think. Harold Tom was the man actually responsible for putting together the set, and I think that was sort of his brainchild back then. Harold did a lot of folk singing, had a folk band here in the Central Louisiana area. There's
the man.
I guess that's me. Yeah, that's me.
How long were you on the show?
My God, well, I was on about a year, and then I went over across the way to KSYL radio for about 17 years. But I was in radio and television probably, I guess now, for about 28 years.
Look at those cameras back then.
The cameras are about 5 times the size, well, probably about 6 or 7 times the size of today's cameras. The little bitty cameras today as compared to back then. That was black and white also. The whole thing was black and white. There was no color.
Right.
You've got your tape machines, the color capabilities today that we didn't have back in 1965. That technology was just developing then, and it was a few years more before Channel 5 got the color.
Now that set, by the way, tell us where that is, where it was kind of in the newsroom.
It was toward the back of the studio. It's about probably about 20-25 feet from here right now.
And I know the viewers have seen the set in the past, or where it would have been, because we hold, like, whenever the bands come in and play, and we use that open area.
Right, that area.
And they use it for live today, too.
Right.
In that area.
Right in that general area. But it was the studio itself hasn't changed a lot.
What was the format of the show?
Basically news. We did perhaps an interview occasionally, but it was more the news type, because it had developed into the talk and the informal atmosphere of today, which is one plus factor to television today. It's a lot more informative and informal than it was back then. It was very formal back then, and we couldn't do quite the things that you can do today.
But y'all still pulled some pranks on each other.
Yeah.
You were telling us about
right
one.
Before Halloween, right at Halloween, a couple of days, I think it was the day before Halloween, I had rigged up a cup of coffee in a saucer with some black string. And Bernard, sitting next to me out of the camera, was going to let it down at the beginning of the show. I'd say, "Good morning, it's time for our morning cup of coffee," and the coffee would float down with a little eerie music, would float down onto the table in front of me. Well, just about the time it got about six inches above the table, he let go of the string. It fell to the table, but it backfired on him because it all went on him rather than me.
And you said he stayed professional and didn't let anybody know.
He didn't blink an eye. He didn't blink an eye. It was a lot of fun.
Dale, I tell you, it's been a lot of fun reminiscing with you. It's a pleasure to see you, and we thank you for coming on the show.
Well, happy birthday, Jambalaya, and hope we have a lot more.
There it is, 30 years ago, Dale
Yep.
Genius. Thank you very much. We'll have more Jambalaya and the anniversary show coming up after this.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Jambalaya on their 30th anniversary. I utilize it every morning. I wake up at 5 o'clock and I tentatively wait for 6 o'clock to get the early news. and a lot of the activities that are locally where you don't catch on other stations.
America is facing a crisis, one caused by a lack of values. Hi, I'm Judge Glenn Grimion of the Southern Judicial District. Over the years, I've seen the divorce rate rise and personal responsibility decline. Crime rages. More government is no solution. A judge should look to our churches, families, and communities for support and guidance. In my 12 years as a district court judge, I've done just that and will continue to do so on the Court of Appeal.
Elect Judge Glenn Grimion, Court of Appeal, and help restore traditional family values.
We'd like to introduce you to the people behind one of the most sophisticated communication systems in America. The people who help you share information in a way you never could before, using the most advanced technology you'll find anywhere. We don't expect you to remember all their names, but we have made it easier for you to remember ours. South Central Bell is now Bell South. It's all here.
Good morning, everybody. Time for the second news. The Rapides Parish Police Jury is delaying discussions and votes on most major issues until it convenes on Monday. The group did grant extensive time to Randall Moore yesterday for an update on the recycling grant and the reduced Rapides waste grant. Police jurors went into executive session to discuss pending litigation against Life Care Emergency Medical Services. The jurors were tight-lipped on their discussions in executive session. They did, however, proclaim January 20th, 1996 as Tioga High School Band Day. Juror Opal Hudson explains.
We were very pleased to be able to recognize Mr. Carl Carpenter, Tioga High School Band, because the Tioga High School Band has been selected a band for throughout the state of Louisiana to represent the state in Washington, D.C. in July the 4th, 1996.
And you can call Tioga High School for more information on how you can help the school's band get to Washington, D.C. Well, it's time now for our Money Pro, Steve Crowley. Here he is with some Money Pro advice.
The Money Pro is brought to you by Merchants and Farmers Bank and Trust Company, your friendly hometown bank, Leesville, Fort Polk, and Rose Pine.
Looking to buy a home? Need a mortgage loan? Well, be sure to ask about the mortgage company's prepayment penalty policy. Some major banks may charge prepayment penalties on adjustable rate mortgages for the first 3 to 5 years of the loan. Be sure to ask. And you might want the prepayment penalty clause. Many banks offer slightly lower rates and points if you allow them to write the adjustable contract with a prepayment penalty cap built in. This can save you money when you plan to stay in the home that long and not prepay the mortgage. Next, when you're looking to save money on a wide variety of spending and consumer items like airfares, groceries, electricity, home improvements, and more, the government has a special booklet for you. Well, it's nearly free. It costs just 50 cents and you have to write for it. It's entitled 66 Ways to Save Money. Make your check or money order payable to Superintendent of Documents and write Save Money, Pueblo, Colorado, 81009. Bulk purchases are available. Then, if you're looking for free information on retirement planning, a large mutual fund group, T. Rowe Price, has a retirement planning kit. To request this retirement planning kit, call 1-800-541-0295. This is the best free planning kit I've seen and is certainly worth requesting and reviewing. For more information about today's report, please send me your self-addressed stamped envelope right here at the station and be sure to mention mailbag number 207. I'm Steve Crowley with your Money Report.
Still ahead on Jambalaya, the 1971 co-host of Jambalaya, but first, Ethma Odom and Special Report.
Special Report is brought to you by A1 Maytag in beautiful downtown Natchitoches.
As you know, we're in Natchitoches, Louisiana this week, and next week there will be a tour of homes on October the 14th and 15th. While you're here, you may want to visit the fort where we are. Our guest today is Juanita Murphy of the Service League of Natchitoches. You know, your cookbook, one of the most interesting aspects is the fact it begins with a map of all of these historic places.
That's right. It begins in the fall with fall photograph in Natchitoches that John Curtis Gillette took for the book. He took all the photographs beginning in the fall, ending in late summer. It goes through a whole year of foods and colors and fall to Christmas festivals and into Mardi Gras, then Easter and spring photographs with lovely roses in bloom, and all the way to the end of the summer. It ends on the river where this whole city began, on Cane River.
And you have chosen for our site today the fort here.
Fort St. Jean-Baptiste. It was built in 1716. And it is an actual replica of the original fort that was on a different site. But Irma Somprac-Willard went to France and did the research and found the exact plan. The fort has been built just like it, and we're so proud to have it here in Natchitoches to show off.
And Mr. Gillette took the pictures of the fort here. And by the way, we're filming on his birthday, so happy birthday to him. And the food reflects the many different people who have lived here.
When Natchitoches was first settled in 1714, the only people that were here at the time were the Indians, the Spanish, Mexican, from the Robeline area, and the French who came here and built this fort.
Corn, that would have been an Indian staple.
That's right. This is mock shoe, and it has been eaten for a long time, and I know why it is now because I've tasted it. It's delicious. It has the Indians introduced the Europeans to corn, and they also had tomatoes.
And the soup?
The soup, it's a today recipe. It's called Mexican tortilla chip soup. It's one of those recipes that just evolved from the taste and the good spices from Spanish.
Now, I think about you all for meat pies, but not tamales.
Well, we had Indians here, and then we had the Spanish influence from the Los Ideas area, and hot tamales are one of our favorite treats around here.
And you use my favorite cooking vessel for the duck. That's a black iron pot.
These ducks are wild duck, and that was what we had in this area, a staple for Natchitoches.
And all of the recipes are in the cookbooks.
That's right. Cane River Cuisine or Cane River's Louisiana Living.
Thank you very much for being our guest. By the way, the new cookbook, as well as tickets for the Association for the Preservation of Historic Natchitoches Tour of Homes, are on sale at the LeMay House. For Special Report, I'm Esma Odom.
Special Report is brought to you by A1 Maytag in beautiful downtown Natchitoches.
Announcing Game Plan 95. Now at Southern Chrysler Plymouth and Alexandria, we're out to move our entire 95 lineup into your home territory with winning plays like these. $5,000 off all 95 Chrysler LHSs. Interest rates as low as 1.9%. And chalk another one up for Southern. The 95 Plymouth Forge are now $15,995. That's over $3,200 in savings. The 95 Chrysler Cirrus now $16,500. If you want to score big savings, don't let the clock run out on this sale. Game Plan 95. Only at Southern Chrysler Plymouth and Alexandria.
4 years ago, Jim Brown said,
"I'll make the insurance companies pay your claims, and I'll put the crooks in jail."
Today, Jim Brown has shut down 20 bankrupt insurance companies and helped bring over 100 criminal cases against the crooks who ripped us off. 4 years ago, Jim Brown said,
"I'll make the insurance companies pay your claims, and I'll put the crooks in jail."
And he has. Amazing. Jim Brown, our insurance commissioner. In times like these, we need people like him.
Now you can get the hearty goodness of granola in a deliciously soft bread. Nature's own granola bread. With softness like this, it could only be nature's own.
John Hudgens joins me now, and his face is familiar not only because he co-hosted Jambalaya in 1971, but also because he's the famous face of Dewey's Auto Sales. John, good morning.
See what the show did for me? I had a full head of, it was 1971. When were you born? 72?
66, actually,
Yes.
but we won't get into that.
They recognized me probably most
Better.
from
that famous
Dewey's.
hat.
I promised that I would hit Dewey's. Which camera am I on, guys? Quit bouncing. Dewey's Auto Sales. Used Car Heaven, Bolton and Levin.
Now, John, you've had a great career in commercials that spans well outside of
yeah.
Louisiana.
Yes, I stayed in news reporting after I was here. This was my first TV job, like it was about 9,000 other people in 1971. And Steve Coco was here then. And Steve, you're still out there, son. Good to see you. Steve Coco, taught me a lot when I was first here. And I can remember they used to set the cameras up because the director was also the cameraman in the mornings. And you couldn't vary, like if you slid over here like you were off, and John, move to your left. See, they got camera people here now.
Wait, you're
we made our own
director
coffee.
Came out here and did cameras and then ran back in there and directed.
I can remember a female co-host and I don't recall the name. Of course, I don't remember last week either. But
is that a picture of her?
That's her. That's the girl. What is her? Mary Jo Smith. She came on there. We had an argument. Not worth a darn. You didn't get a hold of Mary Jo, did you? I hope she lives somewhere like Oregon. She was terrible. I was great, but she was terrible. Bless her heart. I hope she doesn't live here.
We have a surprise for you, John.
No.
Come on in, Mary.
Come on in, Mary Jo. No.
She was I hope she's not around anymore. She was a terrible host. But she and I had an argument on the air. She had covered some event where the petroleum industry had been. She said gas prices, this was 1970, she said gas prices are going to go to 75 cents and then eventually $1. And I said, there is no way in that they will ever go. And my goodness, in 1973 they shot up, and to this day, if I ever saw Mary Jo, I'd go, you were right about the price for gasoline, but you were a terrible hostess. She was. I hope she's not watching.
And you were saying Tom and I are too nice.
You all are so creamy cheese. I mean, it's icing on the cake. Well, you need to loosen up a little bit here on the show. Rob Johnson, some people are going to remember Rob Johnson. I had this little anecdote to mention. Now, he was on in Little Rock and is now gone to Houston. Mom, he's doing pretty good. He's gone to Houston, Texas. He started here, I think, didn't he?
Right, lots and lots of people
I didn't just throw out a name of a wino that was on the street. He was actually here. Dewey's Auto Sales.
John,
I've got to throw that in.
We'll have more with you a little bit later on in the show. Thanks for coming in.
Stay the same, huh?
Jambalaya and a crawfish pie and a Philly gumbo. Maybe I better keep my day job.
Happy birthday, Jambalaya. Loves the music.
Some people
Trees stand strong when its roots run deep. I'm Noble Ellington, and my conservative Christian roots have given me the strength to stand for what is right. As representative, I stood up for you in education, jobs. I stood up for victims' rights and property rights. I fought hard against crime, and I voted no to every form of gambling, and I'm leading the fight for local options. Please elect me, Noble Ellington, Senator. Together, we'll stand strong.
Everything we touch turns to gold. Using our state-of-the-art, high-tech, patented equipment, the gold plating specialist will gold plate anything metal or chrome-plated object. Automobiles, guitars, coins, practically anything. This is 24-karat gold and 99.8% pure. Our plating exceeds the federal standard for gold plating, and unlike many other gold plating, ours doesn't produce a toxic byproduct. And we're the only gold plating specialist in Central Louisiana. Call Mike Farrell, the gold plating specialist, today.
Here are the current coordinates on Hurricane Opal, located at 25.8 north latitude, 89.5 west longitude, now 180 miles off the coast of Florida with maximum sustained winds at 120 miles per hour. It's moving northeastward at 21 miles per hour, could make landfall by this afternoon, with Panama City the most likely target of the eye of the storm. Here's a look at the current conditions outside right now. It is clear. The temperature is 64 degrees with relative humidity at 93%. The barometer reading is 29.63 and it is falling. No rainfall here at the Channel 5 studios with sunrise at 7:05 and sunset at 6:52. Here's a look at our national map. Upper Plains states, some scattered showers moving in across the southeast. Heavy storms moving in across much of Florida into the panhandle of Florida.
Where's the panhandle?
You got to turn this way.
Oh, there it is, yes.
All right.
The panhandle of Florida. Geez, you're not very tall. All right, how's this?
That's better. Rains are moving in across Florida.
There's really nothing behind us either.
Take it away, John. What do you see there?
I tell you what, I'm glad that stuff has, that lighted stuff has gone out of there. It looks like lightning to me.
Looks like a flash of lightning.
I did the weather back then, too.
You did?
We missed it about as much as you do.
Thanks. Here's a look at our satellite picture, and I'm gonna get through this. Hurricane Opal churning out in the Gulf of Mexico, expected to make landfall by this afternoon, slowly moving to the northeast at 21 miles per hour. It looks like winds are picking up though at 120. Could be a catastrophic hurricane hitting Florida later today. Let's take a look at our forecast for today. Partly cloudy skies and breezy conditions. Highs will reach 85 degrees with no chance of rain. For tonight, no rain expected, lows near 65, and beautiful weather right on through tomorrow. We'll have more Jambalaya right after this.
We're shaking up the mid-size car market during Chevy Shakedown at your Cenla Chevy dealer. Chevy Lumina, the new standard of automotive value that has the competition shaken. And that includes Ford Taurus. Just compare these two mid-size sedans and you'll see why Lumina leaves this competitor in the dark, especially with Lumina priced thousands less and now sale priced even lower. So get moving to your Cenla Chevy dealer today. Johnson, Humphreys, Ed Francis, P.K. Smith, Boyd, Steve Alford, Futrell, Williams, and Southern. Chevy Shakedown. Don't miss it.
When the giant utility monopolies take over, the results can be devastating. Prices rise, services decline. Joe McPherson has never been afraid to take on the powerful special interest. Now, as our Public Service Commissioner, Joe McPherson will fight to protect consumers from unfair monopolies, unreasonable pricing, and unreliable service.
As your Public Service Commissioner, I will be guided by one simple principle. Consumers will always come first.
Joe McPherson, he'll fight for us.
Want to build a new deck or add on to your home? How about a new pool? Or maybe take the vacation you've only dreamed of. You may be sitting in the cash you need, your home. Let the friendly and experienced staff at the Money Shack show how to turn your home into instant cash for any worthwhile purpose. The Money Shack Alexandria offers competitive rates, and we're proud to say yes. So what are you waiting for? The cash you need is waiting for you at the Money Shack Alexandria.
I'm lost in a sea of green, filled with a sense of communion with this land where the legends play. A fresh challenge awaits on each new fairway. Incredible beauty surrounds me in a place surely touched by the hands of heaven.
Alabama's Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. Frequent Flyer magazine calls it one of the top 10 trips in the world. 100 miles of world-class public golf. Call 800-949-4444.
Welcome back, everyone. Back with some original co-hosts of Jambalaya.
Give me that hat. 1965.
1965 versus 1971.
Well, we do have some news for John, though. We wanted to say that you didn't know this, but Mary Jo Smith used to be Mary Jo Genius. No, just joking.
What? When do we cut the cake?
They have to take a picture of it first, and then
We're keeping that for 30 years. 30 years.
They have to use it for the 60th anniversary. They just wipe out the 3.
Just take out the 3 and put the 6 on there.
Are we the only 2 weenies you could get to get up at this hour?
That's beautiful.
I mean, we're the other hosts.
What happened to the rest of them? There were at least 100 more.
A lot of the others sent videotaped messages that
So we got a
earlier.
nerd and an idiot. No offense, I'm the idiot.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for having us on your show.
We are so glad that you guys could come.
I said thanks for you.
Okay, good.
All right. We're glad you guys could join us for our special occasion, and we know you guys were an important part of this show as it was making its way through 30 years.
We're getting cream puffy again, John. What you gonna do?
You all are so
I just can't believe, John, that you did the weather.
Why don't you cut through all this nice stuff and say, my God, it is early. I hope the coffee is better than at your place than it was here. The coffee tasted like mud. Oh, man.
Well,
Dewey's Auto Sales and the Money Shack. I've got to mention
that was your voice on that commercial,
the
wasn't
Money
it?
Shack.
I thought I recognized it.
Well, that was my announcer voice.
You changed it up. You guys appreciate it. Dale Genius, John Hudgens, thank you very much for being on the show.
You got more than I got paid.
And
everybody out there, thanks for joining us. We will see you tomorrow. We have another special show planned.
Can't even talk.
Furious politicians attacked Attorney General Richard Ayoub when he declared the contract for the New Orleans casino illegal, but he won, and the contract was rebid. And when Richard Ayoub asked
You guys